Hi! Who wants to recap
Hello.
last session? Hello!
Howdy!
Howdy!
Hey, y'all.
So loud.
Howdy!
How's everybody doing?
Good. Hungry.
Well, I'm sorry. Who wants to recap last session for inspiration?
Hungry for recaps.
Not me.
Oh my god!
Sounds like I'm doing it again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. It's actually pretty short because like 90% of the like probably more than that, probably like 95% was trying to figure out how to save Saltmarsh from the impending pirate invasion that Krellick had put in motion by going to Bernadette Crowell and telling her what Captain Zendros had done. Originally, we set up a plan to allow Crowell to arrive just as Zendros was leaving, in the hopes that that would kind of draw her attention somewhere else. Lucky made it clear that that would not work very well, that Crowell would just sort of attack Saltmarsh anyway, just because she can. So instead, even though we had an agreement with Zendros to that plan, and she would give us more information on Scaran Wave Chaser's assassination of Anders Solmner, we altered the plan after much discussion to we went into the temple. We told her being Zendros, we told Zendros that Eleander and the town guard were going to move on her temple soon, so we needed to teleport her out. And instead we teleported her to the deck of the decoy. There was a approximately 6.1 second battle, and Zendros died unexpectedly. Just keeled over right there on the deck. Heart attack. Horrible thing. We had no responsibility for what happened. Then we came back to the casino, and that was where we left off. Poor Vicaris is just jamming in his room, probably like writing some love songs, you know.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay.
Anyway.
I don't think we can't not pick up with you guys having returned from the decoy. Everyone kind of split up immediately upon Krellick saying, "Oh, by the way, I gotta go back to the Feywild."
Yep.
So what's everybody doing?
From where he is seated in his chair with his head in his hands. Oh wow, Doug! Wow.
I know.
You got about
really...
3, maybe 5 seconds to figure it out.
It seems like something. That's honestly where I was leaning towards.
When Krellick says that he is leaving to go to the Feywild, Zashel will stand up and just point at him, and then just you're with me upstairs.
Pointing at who?
Krellick.
Okay, just check.
Okay.
We need to tell Vicaris what has happened. He's made it clear that he does not want to be alone with me. That is, in fact, I think, contractual, so someone has to be there, and if someone's going to be there, it's going to be the one that put this entire thing in motion. So, Zashel gestures him up the stairs.
Yeah, we go to, I guess, Vicaris' room.
Mm-hmm.
Nice Foley work.
Yes.
I think it's me, Zish.
Oh, okay. And then you'll see the door open.
The sweet personality too.
Oh my god.
Oh, hiya. How you doing?
Good. Hey, you mind if we come in for a little bit?
Oh, sure. He takes a step back, opens the door, gestures toward the couch.
come in and lay my big shield on the couch and begin to settle in, letting it creak and seeing if it breaks. Zesha wanted to come up here, but he said I had to come with him.
Well, that makes sense. You all are acting weird.
I am afraid we have some bad news.
Okay. And he'll slowly sit down.
That's probably best. While you were busy here, we had to enact a plan to keep Saltmarsh safe. And unfortunately, that plan led to the death of Captain Zendros.
Oh. What led to that decision?
Zashel just looks at Krellick.
Well, I mean, okay, so you knows how, you know how what she was doing, right? Putting her magic on everything that she's selling people, right?
I'm sure she was spying.
Yeah, she's spying and all that, and I mean, you know that her whole temple was dedicated to like a big evil Batman thing, right?
Oh, I did not.
Oh yeah, look, I got this book on it and everything. It's like real messed up. You know, so you know what she did. You know what she did with me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm just trying to make sure that, we's all on the same page. Yeah, anyway, so, I was out to get revenge at what she's doing, and, well, she's pretty dangerous, right? She's got a whole big temple and all that, so I figured, well, it seemed like some of yous wasn't really interested in taking care of the problem. So I thought that, well, maybe we just get a real strong ally to take care of it, like. So I was went and seen Captain Crow, Lockie's mum, told her what was going on, and she was rot pissed. She's purchased things from
I remember.
Zanny.
I remember all that, Krellick, but last I checked, we hadn't decided to kill Zendros yet.
Yeah, I mean,
There was a need to move quickly, and so the decision was made. My decision was made to take Zendros to the decoy to prevent Saltmarsh from being attacked.
Was it your decision alone?
There was no vote.
Were the others notified?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, we all kind of knew it was happening. I mean, it was a good idea. It really was.
Sure, but was everyone okay with it, or was the decision made without them?
I mean, I think I think everyone talked about it, and then that was the best idea that was put forward.
It was also the only idea that protected Saltmarsh. There were other suggestions that would have brought Bernadette Crowell here.
I understand. I just want to make sure that everything was talked out so that all types of resolutions were considered, but I knew once we learned everything that there was a chance that this would happen.
Pretty big chance.
I'm sorry I wasn't there with you all. I fear to think I could have changed it somehow, but we'll never know now for sure, will we?
Yeah. So, I mean, sooner or later, what she was doing was going to catch up to her. I mean, it just happened to be us.
Yeah, well, he'll stand up and he'll walk to the door, open it. If it's all the same to you all, I think I should be alone right now.
Zasha will leave.
Okay.
And he'll slowly close the door when they leave.
Okay.
Will you come with me briefly to the forge, Xelic?
Okay. Is you learning from your...
No. I have a craft. I need to... I'm sure she will have the tool I need.
Yeah.
When I get to the forge, I will find like a. Wait, is Yop in the forge already?
Adam, are you in the forge?
No, I'm actually up in my room.
There you go.
I just need like a. What's the thing called that you use to?
You know, I know my way
Spoon.
around this place, right? Like, I made things here. Like, what are you looking for?
A leveling knife, like. You know.
Oh, you mean this thing right here?
Yes, that thing right there.
Yep.
The horn. And Zasha holds out his hand.
I kind of need that.
Mm-hmm. I'm aware.
Okay. I'll hand you the horn.
Zasha will try to cut a sliver off of it.
Okay. You could do that, yeah.
It is a very little kind of keepsake.
It's not for me. Because of what happened, because of how this went down, the morals and the way, I suppose, that I have carefully constructed has been set aside. And I know that probably doesn't mean much, but just remember that if I can set those thoughts aside for this, for what we did, they can be set aside again. He holds up the little piece of horn. This is all I needed. Thank you. And he will hand back what's left of the majority of the horn.
Take it from you, but look at you for a moment and say,
Zesh, I'm trying to follow what you're saying. Is you threatening me right now?
No. I would never issue a threat. Threats are empty. I don't want to have to do that. I don't like doing it. I didn't like doing what we did. It was necessary to protect Saltmarsh. What we did was wrong. It was the right thing, but it was still wrong. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, kinda. It's just that, look, I know you and Oz go at it about, like, what it is that we's doing, where the line is, yeah? But if I paid you to do it, if I'd taken a contract out, it'd be the same thing.
We went over this. I would have never taken that contract.
Yeah, somebody else would,
That's on them.
maybe.
That reflects on them. What we did reflects on us. Anyway, you have somewhere to be. I won't hold you up anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to the Fae, like, right away. Gotta check in on you.
All right, Zashel, what are you doing?
That's it.
Okay. And Krellick.
Sorry, I'm coughing
Oh, okay.
very badly.
Well, it's nice to know I can still have that sort of effect on you.
You get me every time you. Hey, I know that you's been wanting to go to Waterdeep.
Yes.
I thought that, I mean, I was going to go to the Fae, but I don't got to go right away. If you still want to go there, then, if the others don't want to come, maybe I could go with you.
That would be very nice, Krennic. I think perhaps a little time away from Saltmarsh might be just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, I think maybe.
So, how soon do you think you need to return to the Feywild?
I mean, pretty soon, right? I mean, I was going to get it done. The only reason I didn't get it done is because of what happened with Zanny and all that, but I mean, I guess it's only been like a couple of days, so I don't know. I mean, we go to Waterdeep, take care of whatever you need there, and maybe I'll go after.
All right, well, we'll need to arrange to. Well, we'll need to see who all can go with you to the Feywild.
I mean, I guess everyone's welcome to come, but I mean, it's not like
Oh,
I didn't think anybody would go with me.
Perhaps. Maybe. This is all, been so recent, but perhaps you're not quite understanding me. I'm saying I don't think it's a good idea that you go on your own.
Oh, right, because of what's happened.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a mess, don't you think, Krellick?
Yeah. But it's like personal business. I ain't going on acquisitions business.
Was acquiring magical powers personal business?
Yes.
Yeah, and how'd that work out?
Not great.
Not great. But see, and all we're saying is we care about you, Krellick, and we don't want to see that sort of thing happen again. So,
Okay. Well, I mean, maybe Vic will want to go back home. I mean,
yes.
I mean, I don't think I didn't think you would want to go with me.
No, God, no.
Yeah, because you didn't really like that place. So
No. Never again.
yeah.
But yes, I think a trip to Waterdeep, and then perhaps while we're there, we can have a discussion about who would like to go back with you to Astrozelia. And, yes, and Krellick, I also wanted to say that the trip back to the Fae notwithstanding, that you did a very nice job apologizing at the end of the evening. Bit of a mess that got us there, but doesn't change the fact that it was very big of you to apologize for the trouble that you have put your fellow franchise members in.
I appreciate that. I thought about that for like 15 minutes.
You see? You don't need that headband after all.
Yeah, but I could have done it in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, sometimes if a thing is worth doing right, it's worth spending time on.
I never heard that.
And I think I just made it up.
Pretty wise. Pretty wise, yo.
Well, thank you, Krellick. I think I'm going to brew some of that special tea.
I'll have a cup, if you don't mind a bit of company, and then, let's see who wants to go to Waterdeep. It's still like fucking early in the day.
Yes, well, we'll see who wants to go to Waterdeep, and we'll see who would like a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Let's head downstairs.
What is Noel doing?
Noel is probably trying to work out the paperwork that might be required to get that fucking spirit out of that skull. It seems really profoundly cursed. And like, Noel's a little worried that if you just dispel it, you maybe just dispel the whole thing. So it's a bit of a trick, huh? It would be worse to just remove that soul from everything than to leave it in a skull. So it's a real thinker.
Can I get a religion check?
Yeah. Not bad.
Oh, pretty good. Sorry. I think that you would know if you were to dispel it. That one, it would be very difficult. But two, it would just essentially free the spirit. However, whatever seems to have anchored him to this artifact clearly is not interested in his soul when he is dead, so he's just kind of gonna get lost.
Okay. Is this a curse that could be fixed? It seems very cursed.
Like, technically, by definition, it is a curse. But to remove the curse, like the curse itself is the binding of the soul to the item. What matters beyond that, as far as what Null would find relevant and significant, would be what happens to that soul once it is freed. And there's no guarantee that anybody is just gonna come and snatch that up and make sure he gets to an afterlife.
Right. Okay. So we'll start the first of many divine interventions. Just sort of a daily ritual now to walk to the front, probably like burn a bit of paperwork on its face. See if we can't fix this. Nope.
Nope.
Done.
Not today.
Yeah, there's probably not even much words. Like, no, like, just basically sticks some paperwork, like, lights it on fire, like, puts a hand, concentrates for a moment, nothing happens, and Noel just goes back inside. This is gonna be a daily ritual for a while.
This is the start of a wonderful friendship.
No. As the door
Fucking
closes.
Bendon, god damn it.
Monkey, have you returned?
Yes, I have.
What's Lauren up to?
I think last time we said she's gonna go off and find Eleander and report to him what happened.
Oh, yes, we did. Was there anything besides that you wanted to note?
I would go find Noel to file paperwork.
Okay. All right. Anything you need to say or do?
I guess I'd knock on his door, ask him for help for paperwork to deal with the situation that just happened, because I feel like I should file paperwork.
As the obviator?
Yeah, to explain my threat assessment of why we needed to kill her and there was no other solutions.
That is a good decision. I have created the paperwork for the Krellick problem, but I have not submitted it yet.
Yes, Krellick has been more of a problem than I thought he would have been initially. He's a loose cannon, and that's not good. But anyways, paperwork, yes.
To be frank, I stall the paperwork that will be filed eventually. For the sake of Yap, primarily. But if another incident, such as the one that just happened, happens again, I won't have much of a choice.
I understand. There has been threat assessment made on this franchise in the past. It would not be the first time.
And Noel nod and hand you, like, a set of forms in triplicate. Like, official obviator file claim.
I think occasionally she would ask, no, what does this word mean? And is this the right way to say it without saying something wrong and misleading and therefore getting me in trouble? Yeah, but besides that, I think that's all Lauren's doing for the rest of the story.
There's probably a lot of Noel cycling through literally, well, not literally, most other languages that aren't common. Like Elvish, like, let's find one that's slightly easier to speak in than common. How about Elvish? Maybe Dwarvish? You got Giant? No. Celestial, Infernal, Sylvan?
No, I only speak Common and Primordial.
Okay.
Okay. What is Vicaris doing?
Mourning and playing a sad song on his guitar.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh no.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
dear.
expect him to do much today.
This whole tower is about to have a real Green Day vibe to it.
All right. Yeah, where are you headed? You said you were going to try to find everybody?
Yeah, I'm working my way downstairs. I'll probably knock on Vicaris' door when I hear music coming from it.
Yes?
Could I interest you in a cup of tea, dear?
Sure.
Yeah, it will be up shortly, and you can come down and join us to have a cup.
Okay.
Okay, I like whatever it is you're playing in there.
It's no.
Yeah, well, make sure you write it down. I'd like to hear it again sometime.
Okay.
Okay, dear. I don't know if I'll hear anything out of Noel and out of Noel's room, which I assume is where Noel and Lauren are. So I will just head on down.
Yeah, the invitation is passed around to those who wish to Yeah, those who wish to join Yop for a small company meeting are welcome
Yeah.
to.
Once we're probably in the process of finishing. It's relatively quick.
All right. Anyone not there? Okay.
Okay, well, I have made a lovely pot of tea from the less fatal of the two plants that were gifted to me from Master Salian. I've been informed that this has some very lovely side effects, some uh, mind-expanding qualities that might bend and twist reality a little bit for a short time, but won't break anything, and might just give you a different perspective on things. And given the events of the past 36 hours or so, I think that might be something we all could use. Just a moment to take a deep breath and perhaps see things a little differently. So, who then might I interest in a cup of tea?
Vicaris lifts his cup.
Thank you, but I think after the last time, it's best if I don't.
I will try one.
Yeah, for sure.
I could probably use one. No, I'm done with all the paperwork, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I could try one. It shouldn't interfere now that I finished paperwork.
All right. I will pour tea then for everyone who wants one, which sounds like everybody except Zashel. I will, after pouring the tea, I'll just say, well, bottoms up. I hope this is a pleasant and enjoyable experience for us all. And then I will sort of give a head motion to Zashel to head out the door.
Am I following you all?
Oh, no, just you and I, dear.
Oh. I didn't mean to keep you from your tea.
Oh, no, it's, not to worry. There's, more where this came from. And I'll, lead Zashel out to the forge if, he will follow me.
Yep.
Great, could you pick, that crescent wrench up? I'd like you to help me, remove this whisper jar for a moment.
Okay.
Remove the whisper jar, put it down, and then I'll give him the thumb and just start walking around the island a little bit. So, it's occurred to me that, Acquisitions Inc. is, really quite a disaster. So, it's not right for Saltmarsh. And, well, I don't think it's really right for me either. I thought it would be... I thought it would be a nice, safe way to get into adventuring with all of the, mundane underpinnings already taken care of by the organization, but, it turns out that, well, they don't really care for much of anything other than money, and, well, they attract people who feel the same way. Turns out I didn't want so much to be an adventurer, but to feel heroic. It was wonderful getting rid of Granny Nightshade, but, not so much getting rid of Captain Zendros.
I agree with you. I thought that Acquisitions Incorporated would solve some of the issues that Kriv and my mother went through as adventurers with no backing, and the host of issues that this has created, I think, outweigh the benefits.
Yes.
First, I thought we were doing good work. We kept Toby and Micah out of jail. We gave them time with their families and jobs. We have looked into this Scarlet Brotherhood situation, and the alliances that our missions have helped us forge have been satisfying work, but those have all come without the company. They have all come almost at its expense. There was, I mean, just the reward of the our what, second mission to the lizard folk.
Hmm.
I mean, sure, we were paid by the council, and Acquisitions Incorporated got its cut, but the money was not the issue for me, at least.
Yes, well, in hindsight, it shouldn't have been the issue for me either. I think, I have grown fond of Saltmarsh, and I do think that I can do some good here, but I'm no longer really interested in what the franchise wants or cares about. I'm interested in doing what is right for Saltmarsh. I think if you are of the same mind, we might be able to leverage the assets of Acquisitions Inc. to the benefit of Saltmarsh, at least in the short term.
Yeah, I'm not in a rush to nullify my contract. I think as long as we are more selective in the things we do and are more careful with the jobs we take, we may be able to, what is that phrase? Make the company work for us.
Yes, exactly.
There
Now,
are definitely still assets within Acquisitions Incorporated that can benefit us. Your contacts within the company that are able to get us information on individuals.
yes,
That
very
alone
handy.
is very valuable.
No, I agree. I would like to point out that pursuing this course of action, trying to make Acquisitions Inc. work for us, it does run the risk of putting you and I at odds with Noel and Lorne.
Yes. Yes. They are the most recent people to join us, and they do come from other franchises where they had other ways of doing things, but I don't know, they don't seem tied to the company the same way. Well, I'm trying to think of a good example. Say Hamir was, or who is that satyr that Krellick is fond of, who came here once?
Oh yes, the other obviator.
Yes.
The ear cuff reminds you.
Oh, right, that is a function. I could have looked it up. I just easy. Gronks.
Yes, well, I think as long as we go into it with our eyes open, I don't think it is likely, but I do think it's a risk we run.
I agree with you. As far as the others, obviously this will necessarily put us at odds with Abernathy, and well, honestly, I'm not sure about Missy. I imagine she hasn't gotten much in the way of support from Acquisitions Incorporated directly. Not that I suppose we've been doing her due diligence either, but
I don't know how much it will put us at odds with Abernathy either. Almost all of the contracts that we have entered are contracts that we have obtained.
that is true. That is true.
So, yes, I think, I don't know what insights you have on what we can do for Saltmarsh, but I think it's time we get to the bottom of what is going on with the Scarlet Brotherhood. And, well,
I agree.
I don't know that it's wise, but leaving Zolek under that house just does not sit right with me.
Or me. I believe it's only a matter of time before he is freed by someone or something. I don't know if we have the strength right now to defeat him. I'm not even sure how many of us could get past that barrier after what we just did. But something has to be done about it. It's only a matter of time before he escapes, and from what Edda has told us, the period when he was around Saltmarsh was very much in danger.
Well, it sounds like you and I are on the same page. We shall utilize the resources of Acquisitions Inc. to try and get to the bottom of the mystery of the Scarlet Brotherhood, and if we can figure out what to do about Zolek along the way, all the better. Now, come help me get this whisper jar back on.
Before we go in, since you and I have similar views on the company and their decrees, and while they cannot hear what I am about to say, the day, God, was it really only yesterday? It was yesterday. While Krellick was fighting, I went into the garden. I dug up Yumi, and I took part of her to Farron to be reincarnated. If all has gone well, Yumi is alive. If all has gone well, she is hiding with my father until I can find a reason to go. That's why I wasn't at the fight. I thought that if I made sure to do it while dark magic was here and while everyone was occupied, I kept it a secret because I expect when it gets out, and I don't expect it to stay hidden forever, I didn't want the rest of you in trouble. And with the jar, there was no way I could tell you and not have it recorded for head office. I didn't mean to disappoint you by not being there for Krellick. Again, I didn't think for a second he would try to change that contract to permanent death. I thought if I could get that done, then even if he somehow lost to Hamir, he would be back with us before I got back from Farron's.
Well, it's a very lovely sentiment and a very lovely idea, Sashel. I hope Farron was successful in reviving Yumi. That would be wonderful. However, do you think that if you were found out, and even if all of the blame was placed squarely on your shoulders, do you think the rest of us would let that stand?
I had anticipated being able to face the consequences quietly. Perhaps a meeting or a transfer. I know it was not fair to all of you, but it was less fair to Yumi for her to suffer for what I did. I understand what you're saying. I appreciate it. This was something that I had to make right.
I understand, but Yumi didn't suffer because of anything that you did. And personally, I don't even think Yumi suffered for anything that Yumi did. Yumi suffered because Acquisitions Inc. only cares about one thing. What other organizations have you heard of that the punishment for insubordination or ineffectiveness is death? And are those good organizations? Are those organizations that you'd want to be a part of or hold up as a model for? I say no. I say the fault lies squarely with them. So, enough with the martyr syndrome.
Well, hopefully this issue is resolved anyway. We won't have to concern ourselves anymore. I have no idea. I haven't been back to speak with Farron yet. I will find a time to do that. But we should get back, like you said.
I agree. Help me get this thing back on. That one screw is very difficult for me to reach.
Of course.
All right. Okay. So you all have tea, those of you who do. And a few are interested in going to Waterdeep.
Yeah, I think next morning.
I'll do
Okay.
my daily sojourn to the skull.
Uh-huh.
Nope.
Nope.
Walk back inside.
Say, Vandin, would you like us to get you a hat?
Yes!
Any kind in particular? Do you have a favorite or a least favorite?
I would like something quite dashing.
We're on it.
Are you... anyone who would like to go to Waterdeep can go. I should specify who is not going.
I assume Lucky is going, since I'm assuming that she is doing the transportation.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Okay.
what a phone call.
How much is the cost for the transportation thing again?
It is 50 gold? 50 gold.
All right, I'll hand Lucky 50 gold and says, because I really wanted to go, I'll reimburse her for it.
Oh. Okay.
Lauren, this all comes out of franchise expenses.
I mean, it was fine. It's fine. Lucky can spend it on something else than if she wanted.
Yeah. She pockets it. And
We'll take some money if you's giving out money.
Lauren just glares at Krellick.
But
All
that
right.
is a no.
Okay. Then all of you are taken to the vast and sprawling city of Waterdeep, where anything I allow you to find, you can find. You have access to basically anything in the compendium, unless it flies.
What if it jumps?
Can I have a sailing carpet?
You know what? Yeah.
Say, I hope that shows up in one of your future games one day.
Does that
Little
mean I
gliding
can't?
suit.
I can't buy a talking parrot because it flies.
There is a
kidding.
parrot at the lighthouse.
Yeah, we
I thought it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
dead. No. Okay.
No, it's being kept alive by the other ones.
by the other ones.
Wow. The
Right,
other
no.
one.
Names.
The fodder.
No, he's
Remember,
fine.
Vicaris is racist. It hasn't come up in a
Oh,
while.
right.
Yeah.
I was actually going to talk about it here shortly.
I-
Talk about how racist you are.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say racist.
Somebody get a support box.
Okay, what's happening in Waterdeep, gang?
I have a weird question.
Uh-huh.
Where is the nearest, like, I presume they're probably fairly secretive, but, like, the nearest chapter of,
Where's your gang?
yeah.
Where's your crew?
Uh-huh. I presume they probably have a very small presence in Waterdeep, because there's no way in fuck we'd headquarters here.
No, absolutely
No.
not. No, but there's a reason why you've come from Waterdeep for sure.
Uh-huh.
Also, here's this boon.
Oh god.
A couple of you are like, not this again.
Good. Well, here we go.
Okay, the real important question, though, is the Sea Ward here? Or did it fall into the ocean?
The Sea Ward, if you recall, is actually a vast green garden now. The Sea Ward does not exist as it did about 50 or so years ago. It is, in fact, entirely, almost completely owned and dedicated to the Emerald Enclave, and is a local park.
Didn't know where in the timeline we were, that's all.
Yeah.
Quick timeline check.
Mm-hmm.
When are we? What are you doing?
When we land,
Mhm.
and if there is a moment where I can get Vicaris and one other person,
Aww.
not
Don't you?
Krellick.
Aren't you curious though?
I want to so badly. However, this has been the understanding that Zashel has. So,
One of these
for
days.
now.
I'll accompany you before I disappear for a bit.
Let me rephrase that. If I can get Yop or Lucky,
Wow.
Fair enough. Yeah, Noel will tell all of you,
along
like,
with Vicaris.
Noel will tell all of you that he'll meet you at, like, probably a central location in, like, 4 or 5 hours.
Won't we,
And-
let's just all meet up at, Eck HQ.
Wait. Krellick? Who's going with you?
Well, I thought I was going with you.
Wonderful. That's fantastic. Yes, that's great.
The old woman almost had a stroke.
Yeah.
So who are you asking to accompany you for a moment, Zashel?
Lucky, I guess.
Okay.
I just need to speak to Vicaris for a moment. I'm sure he will be done with me after that, and then I don't know that I have any real plans for being here other than being here. But this small task first.
Okay. Vicaris?
Yes?
She nods her head towards Zashel.
I will
He-
start walking.
Sorry, what?
I said I'll start walking toward them then.
I heard I'll start walking away. I was like, okay.
Oh my god! I take back what I said. Way better. No, I'm kidding. I walk towards them.
Zashel is fumbling with something small in his hands, and then as Vicaris walks up, I suppose while we are here and there is both personnel and funds, this, and I will hold up the small piece of Zendros' horn that was shaved off the horn that Krellick has. It has been my experience lately that with the proper preparation and components, druids have a way of bringing back people we care about. We are in perhaps one of the strongest collections of druids in the civilized world. This is your decision.
This is a very unorthodox gift. Very macabre. And slowly reach out his hand and grab it. I appreciate the gesture. I do not think it is my decision to bring her back. I think sometimes we should let people rest.
Well, that is a decision. Regardless, I am sorry things went down the way they did.
I don't think anything was out of line. I think this was inevitable. I blame none of you. I just need some time to accept it.
Enjoy Waterdeep. I will not hold you up anymore.
Lon?
Oh,
Lottie?
Lauren did not go with them. Lauren is standing off on the corner while you guys are talking.
Did you have any plans for Waterdeep?
I was gonna go with Yup and maybe help her find what she was looking for.
Shopping?
Yeah, and I, with the Rat King thing, I thought that was important to go shopping for.
Would you mind if I joined?
I mean, that's up to Yup. Looks at Yup.
Oh, well, certainly. The more the merrier.
Okay. I will head out with him because I didn't have any plans for Waterdeep either.
Well, first things first, I think it's important we make sure we get enough components for Lucky so that we can continue to travel in this fashion. It's very useful. What
exactly
do we need to get for you, Lucky?
She lists off the components.
And Lauren and Noel, do we have enough diamonds?
I think I have the one that Krellick gave me back for reviving Yop, so I have one use.
You have one, and it seems like Noel has gone off. Well, did someone remind us to check in with him before we leave? I think we're probably better served having more than one revival at our disposal. We seem to get ourselves in a bit of trouble from time to time.
Vic, don't we got like tons of money?
I mean, this is a question for yourself. How much money do you have?
No, I mean like, why don't we just buy the diamonds if we don't know whether he has it? You know, then we just got extra. I mean, don't we have like, lots of money?
I mean, these funds are only if the entire group decides.
Does everyone want to live?
Well,
Honestly, after the last 48 hours, no.
Oh,
It looks like Krellick. No, resting would be much, much easier.
oh, Lord, perhaps we should wait on the shopping and we should go find a spa. It sounds like you need to relax more than a single night in a cup of tea.
Yeah, that's dark. That's real dark.
I'm in mourning and this was dark.
Yes.
This is dark. Krellick, you made us do much worse than anything I've just said.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I mean, it's not the worst thing that I've ever done.
No, that does not make me feel any better. If anything, that makes me feel worse. So thanks.
Okay, well, you know what maybe perhaps, I don't know, perhaps a hot spring or maybe a massage might make you feel better.
I will pass on that, yeah. Thank you, but I don't
Okay.
like hot water.
Oh, well, I'm sure they have cold springs too, if we could find one of those.
I could just swim outside the lighthouse. Yep, I do that every morning.
Maybe Acquisitions has like a new little, some new merch in. Maybe
Yes, that's an excellent idea, Krellick. Perhaps we should swing by the Acquisitions Inc. company store and see what they're selling in relation to the Lighthouse franchise.
We can go check that out. Afterwards. Let's go get Lucky her components, and then we'll get your stuff. Yup, the merchandise is not important.
Okay, fair enough. We'll get Lucky's components, and we'll see what, if anything, they have available around here to help shield the mind from all the intrusions that have been going on recently. So we will, I guess Yop will just sort of meander a little bit, trying to find the sort of closest shopping district, and then meander a little bit more, looking for a magic shop, and if one does not become apparent, she will ask a passerby. Yes.
Ada,
Yes.
you're in Waterdeep. It takes 8 minutes to find a magic shop.
Okay. Yeah. Yop doesn't know where she is. This is her first, her second trip to Waterdeep.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, you're from Baldur's Gate. They're not as common as they are here, but yeah. Not a
Okay.
problem.
Good.
And if you don't find what you're looking for, one, you walk around the corner.
Right. Well, I mean, Yop doesn't know what she's looking for. She knows she wants some mind shielding stuff, so she's gonna go into the first place and ask some questions. Find out what they have that could prevent people from poking around in her head. Whether or not they have any, if they have them, how much they cost, and if they don't have them, where she can go to get them.
All right. So it actually will take some amount of effort to find something that specialized because mind shielding is incredibly powerful. But we've already discussed the price, right?
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
What do you end up finding?
I end up finding a ring of mind shielding, and what was that amulet called? But
Proof against detection.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter because Yop can't remotely afford either of them. Right, and so she'll just be a little disappointed and be like, well, well, at least it's given me some ideas of what I can perhaps make in the future. So it's not completely pointless. But I guess we should head to the company store and see if there's anything. Maybe a little stuffed Betty would be nice.
Hold on. How much is it?
Let me find these prices again, because they were crazy.
Oh, it might be. We've talked a lot since then. You might have to check the actual list. Hold on, I'll drop that.
Okay.
We are using sane items prices because I ain't need to waste my time.
Yeah, no, that's what I was looking at.
Oh, okay. I thought you were looking through our DMs for it, and I was like, oh, no.
No, Amulet of Proof Against Detection is 20,000 gold.
Holy
Yeah, and...
It's a big deal.
Yeah, and
Isn't that like an uncommon item now?
it is.
Well, yeah, but not the same magical items rebalances a lot of stuff that.
Right, and Ring of Mind Shielding is 16,000 gold.
Okay, well, how much money you got?
I've got 2,300 gold pieces.
Okay, I can spot you like 1,800. How's it? How close does that get us?
Not very close, but maybe if we go to the company store, I mean, I've got Betty here with me. Maybe I can sign some autographs, and maybe I can arrange an appearance fee. I don't know. Maybe we can close the gap on one of these two things.
Well, how about I'll just take it?
Well, see, Krellick, I do appreciate the sentiment. Right, but remember, we're trying to stay out of trouble.
Well, I mean, it'd be no trouble for me.
Well, it would, because then people would start chasing you.
Yeah,
It would be
but,
trouble for all of us and the franchise.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, shit.
Yes, it's a very sweet sentiment, right? But sometimes we just have to wait for things that we want.
It sucks.
It does a little bit, but maybe maybe they've made like a giant floor-standing Krellick punching bag for little kitties to play with. Wouldn't that be nice to see?
It would be incredible to see, yes.
Well, let's go see if they've got one.
What are you looking for again?
I think at this point we're just headed towards the Acquisitions Inc. Store to see what merch they've got and to see
Right.
what Salt Marsh Lighthouse franchise merch they have specifically.
Yeah, okay. Well, the headquarters for Acquisitions Incorporated is actually somewhat of a secretive location underground. None of you know where that is, but it is easy to find the pop-up stores in any major shopping mall and such. And there is displays of figurines of each of you and many other members of different franchises across Faerun, which is fascinating. You see many interesting figures of of bright color and unique structure and very clearly like iconic looks, but they are all in smaller supply. Most of the displays are actually devoted to the franchise in Waterdeep that none of you necessarily know or care much for. But yours, because you guys are not that far away, still profits well, and you guys are, as has been stated, a profitable experience. You can find packages of sending stones that regularly play some of the highlight clips of your guys' encounters, all synced up to a cavern where the Whisperchar recordings are just played on loop. There is the entire list that Monkey put together. I don't remember, Monkey, if you took an inspiration for that, but
I did, yes.
good. You deserve that. Which includes some phenomenal ideas and fun items. And then of course the the tiny coin purses for that are shaped like Betty, that kind of have a small walking speed. Uh, yeah. Nothing new to add after that. Again, incredible list that Monkey put together, and just the little figurines of each of you, and snow globes with all of you in it.
Is there
Each snow globe, though, the snow inside is kind of like a twinkly, glittery gray, so it looks like rainstorms, and there's like the turtle shell, the ship inside, and each one of you is carved onto it as well. Like it looks like it's in a storm.
do they have is there a Jim Dark Magic toy? Like a little figurine?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to purchase one of those.
Okay. That'll be 10 gold.
Okay. 10 gold. I take a few steps away from the counter and looking at it and hold it close and speak to it and say,
I, Jim Dog Magic, if you can hear me, I'd like to talk to yous.
I give it a shake.
It rattles.
Is it like posable?
Not this one.
Okay. I attempt to pose it and break an arm.
Yep.
Sorry, hopefully that was not your real, okay. Well, if you get this message, come talk to me, please.
A gnomish family that is walking past is there's a child that points at you and starts asking his mom, what the hell is happening over there?
I look at him and say,
I just bought the last one. Sorry.
The kid does not look perturbed and in fact laughs and follows his family.
I put the little Jim figurine in my bag.
Okay. Noel.
Mm-hmm.
Headed to a cave?
It's probably more of a crypt. Look, it's been a while since I checked in. You gotta go consecrate yourself occasionally. Make sure everything's square.
Yeah, sure. You can go towards the city of the dead. While there's not necessarily a major chapter here, it makes sense to have the record keepers have a small number here. You are welcomed into the dark and dry, and the ancient smell of parchment that is centuries older than you kind of floods back to your senses, and you feel like you're home.
Yeah, audience just sees Null just
Pupils dilate.
like walking into a spa or a sauna. Just, this is home. I imagine probably the thing that lets Noel find whoever is on duty is just speaking Celestial and seeing who responds.
You are certainly found. Yes, Master Scrivener.
Mm-hmm. I need a place for consecration.
Of course. And you are brought into a dark room, and you are asked if you need light.
No, thank you. And yeah, Noel is just gonna spend a few hours, probably in this case, legitimately just sitting in the dark praying. It is a lot of the worship Noel does is paperwork and writing and stuff, but there's not a lot of opportunities to just sit and actually pray and meditate upon worship.
Mm-hmm.
So coming to a holy place to do that.
And
Yeah.
there is the truthfully very pleasant experience of there being utter silence in this room, so quiet that your ears flick at the sound of the pen scratching in the rooms beyond, and that is the only noise to be heard, except for the very occasional footfalls of someone putting something into its place or removing it to amend it, or the small crackling fires of things being purged.
Yeah, I think at some point Noel, out of his bag, takes a little inkwell and is just sort of rubbing his finger over it, and then there's a little quill that he's just rolling in between his fingers. That's kind of just smiling happily.
It is very macabre.
Mm-hmm. It's a lovely day for Noel. Nothing fancy, just sometimes you gotta get away.
Essentially putting himself in a sensory deprivation tank.
Yeah. It's nice. All the only sounds you hear are faint scribbling? Fuck yeah. This is great. Give me this shit on Spotify.
What are those lo-fi beats for specialized folks you always listen to?
Yeah.
Yeah. For weird death cult boys.
Yeah, lo-fi for death cults.
And here I thought it was ASMR scribbling.
But yeah, probably after 3 to 4 hours, Noel would leave probably 50 gold with whoever is the head attendant here as a donation.
Yeah.
And then go to find the rest of everyone.
Okay.
Clearly much lighter in his step.
Zashel, what are you doing?
Zashel didn't have much of a plan for coming to Waterdeep, but follows everybody to the Ack Inc. store, picks up a few things, and then we'll find a place to sit down and write a letter to send.
Okay. And
While we're in a
Vicaris.
place with a real post office.
Yep. There's one. There is a post office in Saltmarsh.
Silence.
What is Vicaris doing?
So I was hanging out with the others while they were doing some shopping. If I could also buy a cape of billowing.
Yeah, absolutely. Does that one have a price list, or do I have to give you one?
I kind of just Google searched for one. It said 250, but it's a common item.
Oh, I was gonna say maybe 300. 250 is totally fine.
Yeah, but it's bitchin'.
Okay, cool.
It is bitch. I mean, it is bitchin', but it's 250 bitchin', you know?
Yeah.
Well,
It's
it
bitch
is
on a budget.
it's game changing.
Says you. And no, I don't have anything else really planned for Waterdeep.
Okay. Bitching on a budget! That's good. Okay. Then, if there is nothing else to do in Waterdeep,
Two things.
okay.
One, I don't think it's on the same magical prices list.
Mhm.
So if you could give some thought to an all-purpose tool, which just popped into my head. And while you're thinking about that, I need to go to a haberdashery.
Okay. Haberdashery for Venden, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna say that that's gonna be 3 gold for an like an incredibly ostentatious hat. And
Lovely.
and the all-purpose tool. Yes, thank you, Ted. I was helping Tavern Franchise with their shopping the other day, and
I pulled
grabbed
it
the
up,
wrong links.
so I have the link.
Yeah, thank you.
Mhm.
A +1, I'm gonna say, is going to cost 1,200.
All right.
I think that's close to what the price I gave to Noel for his magic item was, so that feels fair.
Fantastic. Assuming I can find one of those, I will pick one of those up then.
Absolutely. You could find a +3, but that's gonna be...
Yeah, I don't think I have that kind of gold.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
Does my 1800 get you there?
No.
Shame. Hey, can I buy some yacht beer from the franchise store?
Yeah.
Merch shop? Cool.
Yeah, we'll say that whatever that is in the fucking... Whatever beer costs from the PHB.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah. Just to throw 12 grand. Fire. Okay, is that everything in Waterdeep? Any sightseeing anyone wants to do? Any research they want to get a handle on? You are in the biggest city on the coast.
While we're here, Yob, do you think it's worth researching the Scarlet Brotherhood here, or Zolek?
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, we're here.
Yeah, it can't hurt. The worst it can do is tell us what we already know.
Okay. You want to go somewhere where you can learn. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
join that for sure.
Lauren wants to join for that.
Temple of Ogma! Woo!
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Classic.
it's a temple. All right, sure.
Yeah.
I guess.
Most of the libraries in Forgotten Realms are temples
Yeah.
to the gods of knowledge.
Yeah. And the Temple of Ogma, the font of knowledge, is the greatest collection of information on the continent. And as far as everyone knows, the world. Because everything that comes into Waterdeep, much like the Library of Alexandria, is copied and put into the archives here. Everything that can be written down is written down in the Temple of Ogma. And the Ogmites know how to navigate it. So, no checks necessary for you. Just a donation. Any of you have any information or knowledge you would like to share on your behalf?
I would like to share the knowledge I have that there is a black plant from the Feywild that if you touch it, it is instant death.
One of the Ogmites asked if you might be able to illustrate what this plant looks like for their records.
Absolutely. I will do my best to draw a accurate representation of it.
And how did you come to know that this is what this object does?
Unfortunately, the people that had that information shared it with me a little too late, and I experienced the side effect personally.
Dreadful. Was it painful?
No, it was quite instant.
Fabulous. That is all recorded. Anyone else interested in sharing any information?
Yeah. Noah will hand the pamphlet of information on Fey lords and deities that he created to like disseminate that Krellick never took one. There's just an extra one.
And who is the author of this?
Me.
And is this a first-hand account and information?
Largely.
And who is the secondary?
I was the secondary.
And who is the primary?
At the time I believe it was Vicaris. In conjunction with my own knowledge.
Excellent. Okay. And just one more chance. Anyone else?
There's information that I want, but I'm not sure what information I have to give them. The exchange is only information for information.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can offer financial donation.
I can.
How interested in gossip are they?
As long as it is true, it is valuable. If it is told in a story, then it is also valuable. So technically, they are interested. It's all about how you frame it, though.
I would like to talk about, it's probably a really bad idea. Some of the drama that goes on in the Fey Court.
Oh no, Vicaris!
I will keep specific names out of it,
Oh no!
but at the same time, I'll be pretty clear on who I'm talking about.
Oh no! What do you say?
Basically, there's an inner struggle between two of the highest people in the court. One, a bit of a sour man. between a brave queen. Now let's leave queen out of it.
Princess is her title, or warlord.
Well, I am trying to be misleading.
I know. Just in case you'd forgotten.
But I could say warrior instead. And that there is a funny little man who goes around logging in his mind all the little juicy details. And that's the best place to find more gossip.
Oh
Sorry.
my god.
Did
That's not gonna
Vicaris
connect you.
say that he had all of us?
I don't know.
Did we hear all of this, or is he whispering this, or did he write it down?
Maybe I doubt I'm whispering.
Okay. Well, is it okay to share things from the Fae?
Do not give any particular names away, and do not give your own away, and you should be fine.
Oh, okay. And Lauren pulls out a book, and inside there's like drawings of various fish and wildlife she has seen on her trip, mostly fish and plants. She
All
kind
right.
of points that looks interesting and explains them. That's it.
All right. The Ogmites are very enthusiastic for this, and they're also very interested in this. I think most of them are intelligent enough to perceive like the misleading story that Vicaris is telling, but they're very curious about this last person that he has mentioned. That is not something anyone has record of.
If they try to get a specific name or any other specific details outside of Funny Man who catalogs it all, Vicaris will just put his finger up to his lips like, I'll never tell.
Oh, incredible. Okay. Give me your questions.
How much money would I have to give them for information?
Honestly, 10 gold is. I say 10 gold because that is a generous donation as far as how much 10 gold buys in the real world for them. So 10 gold.
Okay. Krellick will give them 20 gold, and although I have not written it down, my character, of course, would know it. I give them the name of the Batman and ask them for everything they know about it. However much they can give me, as much as I can get.
Okay. All right. We'll just do it this. I will not ask for all questions and go one by one. Well, okay. All right. Eos is the son, the bastard son, one of many of Grazd, who is the demon lord of pleasure. You never met Kiara, who was in the party before you, so that doesn't matter. Eos is the son of a what is the word? Of a succubus, and Grazd, who has spent most of his life on the material plane, and has grown substantially in power, able to leech from his own father magical strength that has caused him to gain a following, and as per the laws of divinity, the greater your following, the greater your power. So between that of his stolen strength and that of his armies, he's actually a very formidable warrior, as well as a divine, quote-unquote divine entity, capable of bestowing magic upon lesser beings, as his whim allows. He has an empire far out east and south, that is a wide expanse of what is essentially wasteland that is slowly being rebuilt because his armies do not conquer for profit, they conquer for bloodshed. And anything that remains behind is simply left so that they can continue their pillaging on his whim. Currently, he's not necessarily on the warpath, is not expanding, but he is still formidable, so much so that it is not a force that many people try to rally against. However, the Cormir are one of the closer kingdoms to his empire, and often find themselves feuding with him, though not personally, just his lands and his people. Pretty much it. Next question.
Yop is looking for anything she can get on Zolek, particularly how old and or how strong he is.
All right. He's nothing compared to Strahd. Not a formidable force such as that. But he is quite old, namely because he was an elf when he was alive, which you recognized. That we've talked about that.
Yeah.
He comes from the north, and has had lands and property near Winterhaven. Neverwinter. And then disappeared mysteriously, which is where he went to Saltmarsh. Nothing so dramatic as like he was, he was as much of a scourge as to be able to be noted and named and recorded, but then he just was gone, likely fleeing say persecution. He was probably being hunted by the soldiers of Saint Cuthbert or Lathander, which is that would be documented. But as soon as he left the region, he was out of their hair and no longer pursued. But he's no arcanist. Not necessarily a great warrior as far as you know. Just dangerous in that he is a vampire. And a powerful one, capable of creating thralls.
I guess that just takes us down to the Scarlet Brotherhood.
Not much more on their history, I suppose, that I'm trying to think of any details you might not know. Just the remnants of a... Okay, first of all, I think it's more important that, like, it will become very evident that you can't just look up... Like, you can't even ask the Ogmites, like, about Scarlet Brotherhood and be able to pull anything up. What ends up happening is you have to remember... You go through your own notes and things, and you find the name of the empire that they were once a part of, and are able to learn more that way. Basically, a bunch of racists, clean and simple, believed in the supremacy of not only of humankind, but of their own personal lineage, and were incredibly violent and disturbing colonizers of the North. Hailing from the east, and have an establishment overseas somewhere in the west, a city, and on a peninsula called Monmerg. They have a holding in that town.
Anything else anyone's thinking of?
I want to ask more about consumption and signs of it, common cures and other signs of other illness that might be mistaken for consumption, and other things.
I don't think that you, particularly because you have you have this medicine skill, right?
One moment, I do not believe I do. No, I don't have medicine. That's why I'm looking for this.
Oh, okay. Well then, with research and time and all, the term consumption just means an affectation of the lung, which sucks. That means that your literature haul is substantial. Especially since you were not necessarily witness to much of Anders' illness. You don't even have any symptoms to go off of, except that apparently he, his lungs gave out eventually. But you learn a lot. I mean, you learn a lot. Just nothing that would be immediately able to answer your question of if Anders died of mysterious cause or not.
She's looking for more like, okay, these are common. I'm going to go look for these signs on his body or something,
Okay, I think that is fair. I'll say with enough time and research, I don't know you'll be able to get enough in a day to be able to properly, that would take proficiency in the medicine skill to, exactly be able to identify those things, but you have a loose enough grasp of some signs to look for an illness of the lung, on particularly a dead body. Though narrowing that down and finding more specific symptoms, that's going to take days, if not weeks, to learn.
Oh yeah, she just has no idea about that. I guess, illness? Because, a lot of things aren't really an issue in the ocean way for other reasons, not that kind of disease. So she's like, I need to know how it works on people who only breathe air. So it's like, okay, this is what it looks like. Yeah, that kind of thing.
I was not looking for information apparently. I wanted to get a book, not unlike the one that I got earlier to learn my new powers. I was looking for something like more advanced and expanded on what I already knew.
Sure. You are in a sacred hall of knowledge. Any arcane skill is something that you can learn and understand here. Granted, again, as was last time, making much use of them is going to take a lot of time, but you can have an enjoyable time doing some very creative research, particularly because many harpers have taken record here, and many bards and historians, poets, and archivists who take their craft creatively are going to not only be kept here, but in high regard here.
Is there a possibility of getting a book that I can take with me, or does everything have to stay here?
All of their stuff has to stay with them, but they are willing to part with some copied information.
Okay, cool. I'll spend my time copying stuff.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Either here or in Waterdeep? Anything beyond this, I think, is going to require a day here.
I'm certain we're forgetting something, but I cannot think of it, so...
If anyone's down to stay one more day up, I'll stay overnight.
Can I? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Diamonds, if we still need to purchase,
And I think we still have a significant amount in the Horde. Because we bought a bunch before we went into...
We have 2 500, 1 300, and 2 100.
So we should have plenty then.
Yeah, and then some people have their own as well.
In addition to a tattoo with 3 free greater restos.
Oh, really scared of dying, ain't you?
Yeah.
some of them are.
I didn't say anything with them. Anyways,
I'm not that afraid of dying. It's just my job to make sure other people don't.
the player is ready to die. My character has one use she needs. But I think Lauren would go to like a local dessert delicacy shop and buys like some boxes of cookies or whatever sweets.
Sure, yeah, you can drop 5 silver and get some pristine goodies.
I'll buy a couple boxes for Missy and Abernathy and some of Toby and Micah, and I don't know if we have anyone else. I'm not buying any for Joshua.
Okay. Okay.
I got one more thing. I need to
Yeah?
buy a lot of, let's say, medium quality paper to feed to my butterflies.
Okay. I will let you determine how much money that is
Okay.
going to be.
I will. I will write that down. Let's just mark off another 10 gold.
Yeah, 10 gold is a lot of paper.
Yeah, it's a lot of medium. It's medium. It's not shitty quality. It's not high end. Butterflies
believe-
gotta eat, but
Yeah.
it's bulk buying.
And I think you could very easily get some like cheaply made but very pretty stationery if you wanted them to get colorful.
No, it's it's the quality. They're eating
Mhm.
it, not looking at it.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, you're looking at the. I'm just
Well,
offering.
it's
Just
true.
offering.
This is just feeding paper. I got my own
Listen.
good stationery I bought before.
Oh, I was just gonna say you could just get a combo box, you know.
Get a mixed box of papers.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, mixed box of
sampler
paper for your
tray.
bug. Yeah, a
Okay,
sampler.
I'll get
An
a
appetizer
sampler of
sampler.
different paper types to see which one they like the best. Sure. How whimsical.
You and I should not be allowed to
Oh,
hang out
God.
together. Okay.
Now visit
oh.
a grave, get some paper for your butterflies. That all checks out.
That's a good day. It's a great day for Noel. It's a great day for Noel.
Yeah.
Okay. Last chance. Okay. Lucky will then take you home, and we'll take our 10-minute break, and be back in 10 minutes. And hopefully get you guys to the Feywilds, maybe?
How many uses of teleporting thing did we buy for Lucky? You never clarified.
I mean, that's a horde person thing, right? You have to ask how much money, do we have to spend on it?
Sorry, what was the question?
How much money how much money is in our group funds or party funds?
1,200 or 12 or 1,300 gold, and then like 25 platinum, and then some silver. 1,200 gold. Also,
Right.
1,200 silver pieces.
It's 1,200 silver pieces. Ooh.
Yep.
I mean, you could buy 1,200 silver pieces worth of transport.
That's a lot. It's 50 gold each.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's 600 gold, so that's right. No, I can't do math.
If it's 600 gold, it'd be 12 uses of transportation.
Yeah, no, that's not 600 gold. I just did math completely wrong. So
1,200 silver.
I was
is
thinking-
120 gold.
it's 120 gold, so it's only 2 uses.
I was like, it's not. I know it's not like a crazy amount. Okay, but
I was thinking Electrum. Sorry.
Always think Electro. I mean, that can clear up the silver, right?
Yep.
So 100, like, was it? So 1,000 of the silver, for 2 uses, and then 200 gold for another 4. That'll get us 6, right? Which should be sufficient for a little while.
That gets her a total of 8.
Yeah. So then we know that when she gets down to like 2 or 3, gotta go back.
She's gonna spend some of her own money and get some armor, some stronger armor. She can't wear much stronger armor, but AC going up, baby. That's a 12 now.
Look at you, Lucky.
Does it feel running around with an NPC with 12 AC?
Let's not judge 12 AC, please.
So, yeah, some PCs have that.
Can you imagine the poverty?
The sheer poverty.
Mr. Cloak.
That is the poverty is like my new favorite insult.
The poverty of it all.
It came from TikTok about a dude who took the Pfizer vaccine, and he's like, "Ew, Moderna. Can you imagine the poverty?" There was this other one that's it was a group of guys, and they're like going to the gay bar to pregame and get free drinks, and then it stitched over to another dude, and he's like, "What? Buy you a drink? Ew, that sounds poor."
I like the idea of Vicar's just saying the poverty, turning, and then Kate billowing walks away.
I went in to check on Miles to see him stretched out on the floor, a scattering of his stuffed animals across, like, just in a trail behind him, and playing with some cars while he laid on his belly.
Hmm.
He's supposed to be in bed.
Oh, that is such a strong mood. That spiritually resonates. He prefers to play to an audience. He arranged them all so they could watch him play the cars.
Well, they were all in a pile inside of his carnival tent, which he did try to go to bed in. And I was like, that's fine. Yeah, I was like, you know what? You can sleep in the pile of stuffed animals in the tent, because you did that yesterday, and I'm very proud of you. But today he decided that he would not only not do that, but that he was going to stay up and play with other toys in the night. So it means back to bed.
So did you like walk in, just look at him? He just looked at you like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, he smiled. He was happy to see me.
He's like, well, hey.
How's it hanging? How's it hanging, Mama? What's going on?
I've been having a chill hang in here myself.
Yeah, you do your thing in your room, I'm doing my thing in my room, and we'll just not talk about it, right? No, son. We're not going to talk about it because I am working, but you are going to bed. He did ask for juice, though, which was a real power move.
That's pretty strong.
It's like, hey, by the way, now that you've come and tucked me in again, can you get me some juice? No, fucker!
Please go the fuck to sleep. Like, I know that from a very, very young age, I was like full-on insomniac, especially because when I think I was like 2, 3, 4, and maybe 5, my mom worked nights. So I would just, like, according to my dad, stay up and wait for her to get home.
Yeah.
I'd just be like, I don't really want... And he'd be like, well, go to sleep. And I just wouldn't. So they took to just, like, bringing the TV in and setting it to, like, Boomerang. Or I think it was Boomerang, honestly, because I remember watching Super Friends a lot. And Boomerang would just play all night. My dad slept really soundly, so sometimes I'd just be like sleeping next to him in the bed while Boomerang played on a TV. Which I think we had a TV on a rolling cart too, like one of them that you.
Did you live at a church?
No, like we just had one of those, and I don't know why.
That's very funny.
My parents tried to convince me that we didn't, and I'm like, but that TV moved rooms, and it was up a certain height. I know this to be true. So what did we roll it around on?
I have a few memories of definitely not ever falling asleep within the first 3 hours of being put to bed, basically until I was medicated for it as an adult. Early childhood memories of being up until past midnight, despite very badly wanting to be asleep so the day will come. But I have a very clear memory of one Christmas Eve in specifics, I need to sleep. I want very badly to sleep. I want to be asleep. And sleeping from 2 in the morning until 4 in the morning, and that was all. And the bitter resentment of my human body for keeping me awake. I wasn't even dreadfully excited or anything. Christmas Day had nothing to do with it. I just wanted so badly to be asleep.
I was often told, and because I was a good child, I was just like, okay, sure. They're like, well, just try to sleep, and if you can't, keep trying. So I wouldn't get out of bed. I'd just lay there.
Yep.
And kind of...
You don't move because you have to pretend to sleep in order to sleep.
Just sort of lay there and I guess think my thoughts. This was kind of before the Robitussin years, which
Right. Fucked you up.
yeah, which might have fucked me up pretty bad.
I've talked about how my dad's a narcoleptic, and part of narcolepsy is that you don't get to sleep when you want to.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to him when I was maybe 11 or so and explaining like I can't ever sleep. I can't. It doesn't happen. I can't make myself sleep. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna tell you something that I do to put myself to sleep. And I know that if I tell you my secret, it is going to stop working for me. I was like, okay.
Devastating.
Yeah, and he told me his secret, which is that he would just imagine walking down a tunnel. You don't think about the walls, you don't think about the ceiling, you just think about moving one foot in front of the other into the darkness. Go on and on and on and on and on until you sleep. It worked exactly once for me, never again, and it never worked for him again.
That's tough.
Yeah.
I think my method until medication was count down from 100 in variables of 2, and every time you get distracted, restart the count.
Yep.
So essentially, you just keep going, and you never make it to 0 because at some point
Because
your
you
brain
just
sort
keep
of-
thinking.
Yeah, you just keep resetting until you fall asleep. It's fine. It will happen eventually. I know for a significant portion of my adolescence, I just pretended I got more sleep than I did, as if I could like placebo my way into having slept a good night. I was like, yeah, I slept like 6 hours. Maybe if I lie hard enough, that'll become true. In how I feel.
Yeah.
So just keep lying and being like, oh, how much sleep was that? Oh, like 7 hours. No, not even close, kid.
I think one of the curses that I put upon myself because it was just driving me so insane was I put a clock in like over my. I didn't have a room because all the kids had one room, but over my bed there was a clock because I was like, I just need to make it until 7 a.m. Once it's 7 a.m.,
God.
I can be up.
I hate sleeping near clocks because then I will just keep staring at the clock. Like, oh, yeah, it's only been 20 minutes since I tried to go to bed. That's bad. It seems pretty bad. Eventually, my parents tricked me by be like, yeah, you can stay up as late as you want. Okay. As long as you're up good in the morning when it's time to get up for school. Okay. And as long as you're reading. Oh, so I could just stay up all night reading if I want to? Yeah, as long as you're not a shit tomorrow. Do you have to go to school?
Yep.
Okay,
That-
so it's
that
socially
was a big
acceptable for me to be up all night now? Yeah, sure.
A big
Okay.
stipulation for me and my siblings was yeah, if you're gonna be awake, because we're not for some reason not going to medicate you until you're an adult. If you're gonna be awake, be reading, and don't be a fucking asshole when you wake up when you're up in the morning. Some of us managed to pull that off, not all of us. Adam, you here? No.
I am.
Hey, Doug, are you here?
Yep.
All right, Monkey, are you here?
You know what that bad thing about, hey, you can stay up and read is? Not good for your eyes if you're reading in the dark.
No.
Oh, no, it was not. I had one of those little book lights
Yep.
that, like, only illuminated a third of the page, so you had to kind of shift it around.
Yeah.
This is long before Kindles.
What the hell's a Kindle? Sean.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, and Ted.
Yep.
Groovy. Okay, back in Salt Marsh. What's the next step? Good session, everybody.
I was about to say, I don't even know.
Your story couldn't get the things he was looking for.
That's okay. I've at least got some ideas to start working on some blueprints.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Hmm. We're, I thought, I didn't know how long all that would take us, but, I guess since we've mostly done that, I do gotta get to the Fae, to talk to Sandria, so I was just gonna grab my things and head off.
Okay, well, why don't you see who else from the franchise might want to go?
Right. Um, who would like to go to the Fae with me?
Not I.
Nope.
Obviously, I am a yes.
Okay, love it.
I have no real business back in the Fae.
Lauren, what about you? Maybe your friends be there?
I'm in the Fae with you.
I'm sorry, I did not hear you.
No.
I'm going to make a contract. Nolik produces a contract.
Have fun with it.
No, you will be signing this. It is going to say, we are not going to save you when you inevitably do something.
Seems
Here.
a little harsh.
Okay, that is like rude.
Last
Alright, that
time.
is very rude.
Last time, you made a deal to steal silverware for no reason.
Well,
Really?
I mean, I look at Vic and say, well, there was a very good reason.
No, there was not. I was present. You may have forgotten.
What happened to the silverware?
Well, I don't actually know. Vic, did you ever? I thought you said you took care of that.
Are we talking about?
Oh
What's
yeah,
his
you
face?
did. Yeah,
Killjoys?
you showed me the
Yeah.
little spoon thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, did you ever figure out if that will let you eat things?
I haven't tried it yet.
Because last time we tried to eat a bunch of shit and like it didn't work.
What?
Wait,
Yeah,
wait
don't
a
you
second.
don't you remember you was like on the ground trying to eat the floor?
God,
very-
I hate that fucking place. And Yop goes up to her room.
As like an exclamation point, Noel just holds out the contract.
See, there was a reason.
It sounds like, Krellick, you weren't even the one that made the contract. It sounds like this was something that the Karis did, so I'm not sure why that one should be held against him at all.
Yeah, I just offered to help.
It felt very much like a co-contract the two of them made.
No, this is a contract that I made with 101.
And
Krellick is making purchases.
Oh,
seems
the Documancer knows. Documancer is right.
You made it as well, Kralik. You both agreed.
What
Although
did where's my
cards-
spoon?
It was a
No,
joint
I
contract.
think I'll be keeping the spoons. Thank you. I did all the work.
Joint custody
This
of the spoon!
Well, I need to see that spoon on weekends, okay?
I am sorry. It is in the locked location and cannot be retrieved.
Okay, how's this? If when we have a meal, you get one bite with it, and I'll get the next bite with it.
I have no intention of sharing the spoon with you, and I do not think I could be more clear.
In fairness, I do believe the Karis acquired the spoons to get the spoon.
Oh, so suddenly now I'm not part of it anymore. Okay.
No, you were.
That was what I said from the start.
You were beholden to the negative consequences, not the positive ones. We have covered that you are bad at contract negotiation.
you're just dealing with Chandria, right?
Yeah, I'm just look. I'm
It'll
going
be
to
fine.
talk to
It'll be
her
fine.
about
Have a
you
good
know
trip.
the shit that I gotta do.
Perhaps we could ask a bishop to supervise.
I mean,
Bishop appears.
Ah,
oh, okay.
apologies.
Oh, hey, Bishop. I was just about to call for you.
Yes, I know.
How have you been, Bishop?
I have been well, and you?
I have been.
My condolences.
Would you please escort Krellick to Chandria and do your best to ensure that I do not know how to convey all of the things that might go wrong.
Unfortunately, that is something I will be incapable of. Without direct order.
This is fine. This is why I'm accompanying Kralik. I can ensure these things.
Yeah, look, Vic's on the case, okay? Alright, let's just go.
Every confidence. Have a good trip.
Haven't
Be safe.
Should I clarify who is determined to be in attendance?
Zashel backs away.
Yeah, Noel takes the contract back, folds it up, and puts it in the bag. Takes a big step backwards. It is lovely seeing you.
It is good to see you. Master Krellick?
Yep, it's just me and Vicoris.
Ah, and Master Zylershant, yes.
Quick question. Not you, Bishop. In the event that you are not returned, what would you like them for the official record?
Just give it to you.
Reasonable. Lucaris?
I would like all my belongings, to include my trophy, which must be handled with the ultimate care, to be returned to the estate of Vicaris. I'm sorry, the Zyloshant.
Noted.
Wait a minute. For the record, Vicoris, if you die, I'll get the spoon, right?
Good luck finding the spoon.
Noted.
Even in death, I will keep the spoon from you. It is mine.
You dirty bastard.
And in my next
Okay.
life, I will come back, retrieve the spoon, and show it to you, so you know it never belonged to you.
That is needlessly cruel, and I respect you for it.
Noel just wave. No.
I thought I was mad at Kralik, but y'all are just... y'all are just shitting all over the poor guy.
I'm not mad at him. It's just I'm very serious about my trinkets.
Oh, Yop left the fucking room. You only keep kitty gloves on when Yop is here, for Yop's sake. Yop leaves the room, Krellick gets both fucking barrels. What are you gonna do, tell on us?
I mean, he is a big, strong turtle, so...
Yeah. He can handle it.
Okay.
Can't help but think. The barbarian and the bard, off to the Feywild.
Yeah,
What could go wrong?
These two off to the bar.
The ones who almost made a deal with a dark fae about a spoon. You know? I guess they did
Almost.
make a deal.
They
Yeah.
all-
Yeah, they
That's
certainly
what they
did. Shit, yeah, they
we
did. Huh?
succeeded.
Yeah, also, we have nothing to worry about, guys. I have the spoon now.
I won't come back and take this.
That
Ew.
does not make me feel any better in the least. So
It should, 'cause now I don't need to make needless contact with the spoon.
Yeah, but
I have one.
We're free and clear. Yeah, we're not beholden to anyone.
I'm over here working on my new character for when this campaign transitions into full Feywild. You guys aren't coming back. Everybody's got to go get you. That's the rest of the campaign. Like I'll draw somebody
Yeah.
up. It'll be awesome.
Whoa. Whoa.
You-
This is my dream campaign.
it's not going to be a completely new campaign where we just run into them lost in the Feymilds.
Yeah.
they're the bad guys. You have to take them down.
That'd be pretty entertaining.
There's a Feywild related book coming out, right, Sarah?
Yeah, that's what the new book's about.
We just run into them. They're creating chaos. They're the bad guy. We gotta take them out.
We've created an empire for ourselves.
I like the one man who can fight an army. Vicaris, the one man who can create an army. Perfect team. Oh my god.
Rich Fang and the Biscuit.
Why?
Who's playing Rage Fang?
Okay, alright. In the Palace of Astrazalian, you two are escorted from the teleportation chambers to the audience hall of Chandria, who is returned to her more natural state of being bloodied and armored and very badly wounded at any time, but wearing these scars with pride and decorated in her trophy livery. She seems in very good spirits. You have my trophy!
I do indeed, Lady Chandria. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see the two of you. And where are the others?
They decided to stay behind while we complete this errand.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, for them.
Of course.
Oh, okay. I actually got a few things for you. Okay. This here is the weapon of Hamir.
This is his. I think it was a glaive. Is that
Yes.
correct? Yeah.
It is a black steel staff that turns to a glaive when it is activated.
Yeah. I will. I guess activate it, like demonstrate it, and then
It is removed by a courtier from your hands.
I also got you this. We was in Waterdeep, and I thought maybe you'd like to just compare the ale from there to what it is that you guys got here.
I get her the gallon of ale that I bought at Waterdeep.
I'm sure
Yeah,
it's gonna
yeah.
be like piss in comparison, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's Yop's recipe, but it's not her that's making it. I don't think it's got the right heart to it.
You
Vicky.
put heart in your ale. In Waterdeep?
Well, I don't know what they actually. I mean, maybe they put hearts in it. I don't actually know how they make it. I just mean like, Yop, when she makes it, it tastes real good. But she didn't. Look, it's a gift.
It is.
Yeah. I got one more thing. Okay. So, I was had a bit of a mix-up.
You no longer bear my charm.
Yeah.
Why, Krellick?
Well, long story short, I was trying to learn some powerful magics, and I made a deal with the wrong person, and I had to give up quite a bit. But I
look at Vicaris and then look back to her.
I didn't. It didn't sit right with me, right? How the whole thing went down, and I didn't want to come to see you without, that loose end being tied up, so to speak. So,
There's a tinge of a cold breeze that comes down from the throne to you.
So, Day's dead now.
And where's my charm?
I'm not really sure, but I took a trophy from her.
I'll pull out Zanny's horn.
I don't know if it's like in her or what.
She holds out her hand for it.
Pass it along.
You see tension building in her muscles as she grips it with force, and her nails begin to dig into the bone of this horn, and it splinters. You gave away one of my gifts.
Well, I mean, it's complicated, but yeah.
What's more powerful than me to make you think that that was worth it?
They told me I could fold someone in half with my mind.
That's incredibly stupid. Why would anyone care to have such a power when that is something you can wield with your bare hands?
I just thought it'd be like cool magic, you know. All my friends have good magic, you know. I didn't have none of it. I just wanted.
You have shown magic, and she puts a hand to your chest and shoves you.
Yeah, it's. I fucked up. Well, I was trying to make it right.
I should think twice then, when considering which mortals I should consider my friends. Vicaris. Zalishent.
Yes, lady.
Are you here to accept my offer?
This is more of a pleasure visit. I am accompanying my dear friend. And as always, I love to see the Fae, but the plan is to go back once his business is completed here.
She nods.
Of
I
course,
believe
I am just pushing down the accepting of such an offer. No.
There will be time yet for you. If that is to be all, you are excused.
Thank you, my lady.
I kind of like look at her for a moment and understand that she's telling us to leave. I looked at Vicaris and say,
Is that it?
Unless you have something else, but I don't think now is the time to be asking for other things.
I know there's the unfortunate business with what he's done for me and all that, and I obviously feel bad about that. I didn't know you considered me a friend.
I never said I did.
Well, you wanted me to bring you Hamir's weapon.
And
You just wanted it.
Yes. It is presented to her by the courtier who has taken it. And she puts her hand to it. There is tension between her fingers, and a white light springs from its ends, and it expands to its full length and curves as a scythe.
Impressive you never did that for me.
Do you have any questions, Kralik?
I mean, yeah, I guess. I guess I'm not really clear then. I thought I was giving you that for something else, but I didn't know you just wanted it.
As proof that you had accomplished your task, that my charm had been put to good use.
I'll say. Well,
It was a kindness of mine to not ask for more.
Well, maybe one day I can kill some giants with you again.
I'll just kind of give her a nod and begin to leave.
You are not stopped.
Okay.
Bishop waits for the two of you outside. Any further business in Astrazalian?
I'll turn to Kralik. Turn to Kralik and cough on his face.
What is with you today?
Facing, you wouldn't understand. Well, since we are here, did you want to maybe get into some trouble?
Always.
Bishop, take us to the marketplace.
He does so, and then says, "And I shall be departing," and leaves.
We can call on him later, right? Like he's
I
kind of
don't
like
know. Maybe.
Good
Good
He's
question.
not like Dennis in the good place.
That's a very good question, huh?
Oh. Yeah. I didn't think about stupid things to do. I just wanted to do one last stupid thing before we went back.
What were you thinking?
Well, I think asking to be returned to the marketplace is a pretty stupid thing to do.
Is a what?
Continue.
What were you thinking? What you want to we can do like a pub crawl, you and me.
Did you like that? Pinzat? That is definitely a part of the plan. However, perhaps we should visit one of these magic shops and see if they have any items that can create either chaos or mischief.
Okay. I do have a little bit of money.
So you're gonna put me on the spot to invent something else for you.
We can shift over real quick if you want.
That doesn't mean I'm not gonna be thinking. Like this requires my brain power. We can just say that unless the two of you think of something to do, you guys cause some problems. Oh, you know what we can do? We can roll on the AC Inc. downtime tables.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. hold on.
And
I'd
while
love
we
to
do
know how
that,
long they're gone for.
don't know. Time works tricky.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
the thing.
Also, and he will pull out the capability. I think a good wizard requires a good cape, no? And he'll hold it out
For me,
for you.
yeah, here we go.
And all you have to say is a magic word, and it's is he allowed to like create his own word?
Oh yeah, sure.
Tight. So you just need to make a word that you have to repeat, and it will. He does like a little floaty thing with his hands too.
Um, I say a curse word in Orcish and do a floaty thing with my hands.
The cloak billows triumphantly.
Oh my gods.
Perfect. Perfection.
Okay, tell you what,
Mm.
I'll keep this, and you get the spoon.
How generous. I am truly floored by your generosity. Thank you.
All right, I've got a table.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a stealth check, a sleight of hand check, and an intimidation check.
Oh my god, yes, I'm here for it.
These DCs are nearly as high as they possibly could go by the random rolls I made to create them.
Enter into the gauntlet.
Perfect. We're getting arrested. A future
we-
member of the High Council arrested for
Vagrant.
crime.
Do you need all of them from him? Are we able to collaborate on who gets to roll what?
You get to choose which one of you rolls which, but I don't know that there's a lot of overlap, so there's no help between you.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
definitely got the intimidation and the sleight of hand.
Oh, okay, because I have intimidation though. That was gonna be my go. Okay, what a stealth? Oh, okay, you want me to do stealth?
And I can also give you inspiration. But I'm not too bad at stealth either. So
Okay, I'll do stealth.
we are fine.
Keep your inspiration though.
No,
It's bardic inspiration.
Oh, your
Yeah.
bardic inspiration. Okay.
I was like, no, we'll use that.
Is this for the things that I'm making? Is this wait? We have. I don't know where we are in this. No, we did spend an extra day, so everything resets. Is this something that I could use the instant karma skull to give myself advantage on?
Yeah.
Okay, I will do so. I'll burn one of Vicaris's skulls.
What?
It's not permanent.
It'll get better.
Yeah.
You were supposed to do stealth.
Oh well, it's the same.
Well,
thing.
it's-
Okay, cool.
It's happening.
Well, I mean, can I say that my intention
Yeah.
was to click
Yeah.
stealth, right?
Yeah.
You got-
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the
Go
same
roll.
modifiers.
Here comes my sleight of hand. Boom.
That one.
Oh, 19.
All
What's your bardic inspiration die right now?
D8?
D8.
I think. Hold on. I'm not good at this. Bardic versatility. There it is. Okay. Nope, wrong thing. D8 at 5th level, and D10 at 10th. Oh, D10. Hell yeah.
Do you want to just keep the roll, Sarah? I mean, that's the roll. If I rolled a D10, it would have been a 3 anyway, right? It's the intended roll.
Well, not really, but yeah, I'm fine keeping the 3.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fair.
Alright, last but not least, here's my intimidation. Oh my god, yes.
You are significantly better than me.
Okay. You're lucky that you rolled a 25. Because the DC was a 25.
Oh my god.
That still is 2 failures.
Yeah, I figured.
2 failures out of 3.
So we got caught, but we talked our way out of it.
You each gain 50 gold. But
Yep.
Oh. You're caught. And you're ratted out to the Twilight Council. You're told Chandria will be hearing of this.
Go ahead and tell her she's my friend. Bishop,
Bishop does not come.
he's coming, don't you worry.
Well, I think we should head back to the town.
You are told. You are given a choice. Either Chandria will hear what you have done.
By the way, what have we done?
Or
What were we attempting to do?
I'm not here for that.
It sounds to me like we went for a night on the town. Things got raucous, and maybe some misunderstandings, maybe some physicality got involved, maybe some destruction of property.
This is we're gonna keep it amorphous because that means when we throw details at it later, it's more fun.
Yeah.
But you are given a deal.
Deal.
You'll go home to the material plane. You won't come back. Or you stay. Maybe if you can afford, travel back. But Chandria will hear about it.
When they say go home and not come back, do they mean like never come back?
It's kind of what it sounds like.
You may never come back to this place, but we could go like anywhere else in the Fae we wanted.
Astra's Allen.
This is my home.
I mean, this is
What?
the only place that I know, so. Look, Vic, you live here. I'll take the heat. Alright.
Look, I turn to whoever it is that's giving us the business here.
Look, my friend had nothing to do with this. This is all my idea. So, it was about you level whatever judgment it is, completely on me, and I'll take full responsibility.
We're not worried about you. We will outlive you.
Are you threatening me right now?
Was that not clear?
I would rather deal with the consequences from Lady Chandria than swear off my home forever.
They turn and they leave. You have to figure out a way to get home still.
So we do. Bishop, I believe we called you earlier.
Still does not return.
Damn it.
How did we get back to the first time we came here?
I believe this place was in another place. This is not important. I assume this being my home, I know places and people who can get us back.
You can find someone, but you know teleportation is not cheap.
Yeah. How
7
much-
grand.
How much? Alright, so I have 27.
Okay, 27, I got 1,800, maybe 2,000, so that's like
Close that.
7,000, right?
Almost. Yes. I will check the math, but while we are doing this, let me look in our hoard to see what we can sell.
Can't you just magic us some pay?
Hmm. Gosh, do I have high enough level magic for that right now?
You could banish him.
Wait, did Dark Blood banish?
My bard does. I don't know what that means though.
Mm,
I'm pretty sure.
what is this thing? That's funny. Conjuration. Bard. Door. Ooh, teleportation circle, maybe?
Do you know another
Do you know?
teleportation circle?
Mm-hmm.
Water deep, maybe?
Does that work across planes?
Nope, it is on the same plane of existence as you. I do not have a fun way for us to get back.
Well, okay, how's this? We go outside the city, right? I carve a path through all the giants, right? And then we find like an ancient, ruin that has the magic we need to get back.
Probably won't work out. We should, well, perhaps, face those that, we have been threatened with. And, gonna head back to the palace.
You are barred entry.
Ah, no.
Now wait just a minute here, okay? I'm Krillic the Red, okay? My name is known in all the seas and all the lands, and
Which
I've
is
known
why you are not allowed here.
Oh, so you have heard of me then?
We were told specifically not to let you in.
By whom?
By the lady.
Lady Shandria?
There is none other.
Typical Fey ambiguity.
Give us, hold, we roll back. Hold on.
Ending.
Pull Vicar's aside.
Okay. I thought you was like rich here, right? Ain't you like noble, whatever?
Holy shit, I'm rich here.
You're rich in Senelise.
Back! Does it cost less to go to Senelise?
Yeah.
Alright, how much does it cost to go to Senelise?
You could get an escort that could get you there securely for, we'll say, 150 gold.
Oh, perfect. Let's do that.
Okay.
Securely.
Yeah, I'm a rich
I
family.
could do that for free. I could do it for a spoon.
No, wait, what'd you say?
Could do it for a spoon. Alright. You two fucknuts are stuck in the Feywilds for a few days.
Sorry, 2 days for that could be months for us, but
Oh yeah!
One eternity.
What's happening back at the lighthouse?
Good, Sean and I have to create temporary characters.
The short answer is to be fucking quiet. Everybody's just chilling for a week. Like, there's no goddamn sad music playing. There's no fucking burning the town down. Everyone's just fine.
Sounds boring.
Yeah. This party sucks.
Oh shit.
No, that's the serious question. You guys got a couple of weeks.
I mean, I want to investigate Anders' death still, so.
Yeah. After about the second day that they're gone, Zashil is starting to get nervous.
Does he do anything about that?
Well, that he's nervous, even though time is definitely wonky.
Yeah, this was supposed to be like a drop off and a comeback. Like this was like in and out, like a couple hours our time, like 20 minutes Faye time, like maybe a day. After like 2, he started getting nervous. Like 3, it's like should we do something? Like
I think Lauren would say, well, time is really weird. She was only there a couple days and she asked for like a month off here. So maybe they're having, I don't want to know. But I was hoping to talk to Anders' dead body. I know digging up graves isn't like the best thing to do, but I was hoping to do that. I was wondering if you want to come, if you had any good questions we should brainstorm before I cast the spell.
I'll try to think of some things on the way. I'm trying to.
Lauren is trying to distract Zasha from worrying because I mean she's kind of worried, but also it's Krellick and she's not going to help anyone if Zasha's freaking out. So let's go do something else.
Okay, freaking out is a little strong.
Yeah. For her, he's freaking out because he's very calm and doesn't really.
If he's emoting, that is.
Yeah, he's emoting. It's a lot. I'll also go ask Noel because I'm sure he'll be interested in the paperwork that this entails. And
yes.
help with the paperwork of opening a grave and talking to a dead body to do an investigation. Yeah.
Also, if it makes you feel better, Sashel, I will prepare the paperwork for replacements.
That probably won't be necessary. I'm sorry, I'm trying to look up my decisionist thing because.
But it is one less thing for you to worry about.
Okay, I'm going to use this thing, which I have not even put onto my character sheet because it's so freaking pointless, but like, it's a decisionist thing, so I might as well. I am trying to use better odds. When you reach rank 3, your coin of decision regains a measure of actual divination power and becomes an uncommon magic item. In addition to its normal function, you can use an action to flip the coin of decisionry twice while pondering a specific plan or objective, which in this case is contacting Krellick and Vicaris. Noting both results, there's a table. It's 4 entries long. That's not, and then there's an Arcana check to determine which is the most applicable to the course of action. No, Krellick, I cannot just cast Sending to you. I do not have that as an actual spell. You have to have your name scribed into my book.
I thought we all signed our names in your book at one
There's
point.
only
No,
5
it has-
slots.
There's only 4 slots
I got
because
it.
they changed it to proficiency bonus instead of charisma modifier. So no, unfortunately, I did not think to either put one of your names or give you the sending rings that we have at all times. So, good luck anyway.
Yeah, you guys really didn't think us going to the Feywild through, did you?
There's a part of Zashel that was like, this is good. The problems will be out of town for a little bit.
Dude.
Don't the clerics have sending if you sleep on it?
Yeah, yeah, I believe.
Why are you replaying
The clerics do. I can't.
Me and Monkey are on the same page. Just let it ride. Unless
They'll figure it
specifically asked.
Like, specifically, is it worth it for us to try to, air quotes, rescue them from the Fae? My options here are lucrative or brand appeal. I'm telling you, it's the most pointless feature, but it's just kind of fucking hilarious.
Very good.
It doesn't matter because I failed the Arcana check, so I have no fucking clue. I failed by 1. Huh.
God, if only
So
had a bard.
Zashel is like, he's not really pacing. He's standing there. He's like, huh. Yeah, I thought this would be a quick trip. Like, Phil reaches into his chest pocket, pulls out a fairly sizable coin that has a lighthouse on one side and the AI of acquisitions incorporated on the other. Flips it a few times. How do we have 4 possible faces? Who the fuck knows? But lucrative and brand appeal. Huh.
It's
Well,
an
whatever they're
insight
doing.
check, actually.
I see, for better odds, it's DC 15 intelligence arcana check.
I'm
The
looking-
insight check is I can
Is
control
for-
which way the
Yeah.
coin
Oh,
lands.
yes,
That's for
yes,
somebody
yes.
to notice that I'm cheating them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
Yep.
never gonna go.
Oh, skimming. Okay, continue.
Well, whatever they're doing seems to be good for business, so just leave them, I guess. All right.
Try to contact
Rubs his hands together, puts the coin away. No, I'm, whatever they're doing seems to be working out well for us. So, questions for Anders. I would, I'm mostly curious if there was an issue, if there was a pending issue that was due for a vote directly before or near his death. I still maintain that there must have been something that caused them to speed up their timetables to replace Anders instead of just manipulating him the way they had been doing.
They haven't been slowly poisoning him this whole time, because didn't Zendro said it's a strong poison, but if you put very small doses over the year, it would kill someone? She made
Yes.
it seem they
But
might
that's-
have been doing this for a long time, the poisoning, and it's not just... And it finally, the right amount of dose where he fell over.
Well, it could be, but she also said it would take 20 to 30 years, and he was very young. He was definitely not 30, so unless they started poisoning him as practically an infant, the timetable would suggest that...
Wise, right. Okay. We'll ask him that.
You
you
should
said
get
it's...
Yop for this.
Oh.
That would
That's
certainly
a
be
good
helpful.
I will go find her.
Kind of want to ask him how long he's been taking these potions.
At least as long as we've been here, but we've only been here for maybe a year or so.
Or I guess maybe
4 months.
Really? Even with all the downtime, it's only 4 months, huh? Okay.
Yeah, it's
maybe
only like the end of winter.
when
Or
he
like 6
noticed his symptoms, because he must should have thought he was to be getting these potions, and when that all started,
Yes.
we'll wait for you.
The other
Or kind of-
person we could speak to is Keladek, the wizard in town who supposedly was making the potions for Anders. We have somewhat of a frosty relationship with Keladek, but we do have one of a sort.
Did take a brief look at common potions people might have taken when we were in that library, so that'd be interesting to know. We can go look there too. Maybe we could go there before asking the question. And Lauren starts scribbling in her notebook.
Assuming Yop is in a room at some point, I'll get Yop and bring her down.
Oh man,
Yep.
your walls are breathing in the most rhythmic way. It's really quite hypnotic. Oh, hello, Noel. I've just been
Yes.
getting into my tea.
I've been meaning to ask for another tea session with you.
Oh, anytime, please.
Next
Uh,
time, you should join me in staring at the butterflies.
Oh, that sounds lovely. I think I'll take you up on that.
We are discussing Anders downstairs.
Oh, well, I will join you.
Mhm.
So, questions. Perhaps, ask if there was any business coming up to do with Seaton, given that that's who would have put Scarin on the council. speaking of which, we should probably go speak to Scarin Wave Chaser, welcome him to his seat on the council, let him know the franchise is here to do any business that might need doing.
Sorry, what? What'd you just say?
Oh, that, speaking of Scarin Wave Chaser, we should probably pay him a visit as well. Just
Okay.
welcome
The
to
silence made me
council.
think that, like, I hadn't really zoned out, but I was like, he didn't just ask me something, did he?
Oh.
Suppose we can always couch a meeting with Wave Chaser as introducing ourselves to the newest council member. We do routinely work for the council.
Yes, exactly.
I do not look forward to that meeting. There obviously have been hostilities between us before.
Well, I don't look forward to it either, but I think it's more suspicious if we don't have a meeting with him.
That is true.
Do you think there is anything to be found in the paperwork trails? Things we could access.
Worth a look, I suppose.
I do not know how forthcoming the keepers of such information would be to us.
Well, the hard part will be that Solmner's has no caretakers of his. I mean, he has no living family anymore, so his estate will be presumably put into some sort of receivership, and whoever is handling that will have final say on how much of how much we can possibly glean from that sort of thing. If I had to guess, it would be left to the devices of his godfather as the only even remotest relative around, which would of course make access impossible. It's worth checking, though, but if Scarin Wave Chaser is in charge of the estate of the person we suspect him of killing, then that would most certainly make our job much more difficult.
Mm-hmm. And how long is the storied history of Anders' family and their deaths in this place?
Anders Solmner's mother, Petra, was known to the Brotherhood and died in a similar fashion as Anders. So, considerable.
I'm gonna try to use divine intervention for something weird.
Okay. Alright. Tell me what you want.
When all things die, the manner of their death is written in the book, along with what they are. And like what they are, how they lived, how they died. When they died, where they're going, it's all in there. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna maybe ask for a quick slip of paperwork to maybe tell me how Anders died.
Uh-huh.
Nope.
Nope.
Look, I topped out at the first one.
Yep.
Hold on, I gotta backtrace 2 days worth of trying to fix the skull.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Nope. And nope.
Yeah,
Every day, first thing in the morning, wake up, like 6 a.m., go out, try the thing, walk back inside, close the door. Yeah, you guys see Noel shuffle paperwork for a second, close his eyes, nothing happens, and he just shakes his head.
I forgot. How does Venden like his white fedora with a zebra print, hat band, and a 3.5-foot ostrich feather?
Bitchin', my dear ma'am!
Wonderful. I'm glad you enjoy it.
Very much.
The
Oh,
brim should keep the sun out of your eye sockets.
Thank you for the consideration. Okay. We gotta call it for tonight.
yeah. We got a rough heading on what we're doing.
You can't just leave us in the Fae like this.
Yeah,
Sure can.
I can't?
Oh
I think
shit!
I did.
You can't just
I could learn
leave us.
setting.